The debate over eminent domain over UFOs is only heating up. We have channels like Chaos Moogle covering this now, and we have fresh reactions from Brandon Fugal and Travis Taylor. So let's talk about it, guys. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. We'll go over what Danny Sheehan is saying, what Travis Taylor, Brandon Fugal are saying. Then I'll give you my thoughts. Okay. So here is what Danny Sheehan had to say about it.
The people who are the primary people moving to try to get some public revelation of this information come from within the Defense Department. They're honest, patriotic military people and intelligence people who are fed up with this type of criminal self-dealing that these aerospace industries are engaged in. And what they're doing is they're bribing, not only they're hiring the people, offering them hundreds of thousands of dollars as consultants to come over and help support their ability to keep this secret. You know, they've hired guys like Jay Stratton, they've hired guys like Travis, they've hired people like and others to come in and just take hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to be on their team to keep this secret.
So there you go. A strong word from Danny Sheehan, basically accusing Travis Taylor and Jay Stratton of being bribed to be against eminent domain. Those are strong words and a very strong accusation by Danny Sheehan. Combined with that, we have the email that was leaked from Travis Taylor that was leaked Stephen Greenstreet, of course. And Greenstreet, of course, shared it with everybody. And I've gone over the email before, but this is more of a comprehensive video, so I'll go over it again. Travis says, anything Sheehan says is total horseshit from anal extraction. He said such bullshit about the Schumer Rounds Act, me, Jay, Representative Turner, etc. The opposition to that act was purely Alabama and Utah pushing back on eminent domain. If we dig something out of Skinwalker Ranch, you think the Fed should own it? Well, Mr. Fugal didn't. I didn't. So we stood up against it. He has no idea. He has no damned idea what he's talking about. And he's just trying to be in the spotlight. Lou is a great dude, vet, and patriot. Well, indeed he is. Indeed he is. So after all this came out, both Travis and Brandon have responded to this controversy. Travis said, I never assumed anything said here was safe, LOL. I've said in many public places I oppose eminent domain as it violates my Fourth Amendment right. So whatever, if a Green Lantern ring finds me, the government ain't gonna take it. And Brandon Fugal just posted this on X/Twitter to U.A.P. Mike. I am obviously wanting the world to know and continue to be fully transparent. An eminent domain action could potentially compromise our efforts to present all our findings and discoveries to the public. I often feel like I'm one of the only people that really cares and is willing to put their reputation and resources on the line for disclosure. In my opinion, this is a bunch of BS. If they were against it and helped gut it, why not tell the community as we were all debating it? And this post is from Joe Murgia with these quotes, and he also quotes Carl Nell from the Soul Talk talking about eminent domain. Eminent domain, says Carl Nell, there are legal pros and cons. Obviously, if you've got an aversion to eminent domain, you probably have an aversion to this part of the statute. But the point here is the government wants to restore oversight and control of the material so it can make better progress scientifically on this. And so the challenge is, does that affect intellectual property rights? And the way the legislation is written, it does not. Because any IP created out of the material is retained by the owner. So it's a very complicated and tricky issue. There's no black or white. But, okay, so here's how I'm looking at it, because my thoughts on this eminent domain thing are evolving. Clearly there is a push within the government to seize materials owned by private companies and individuals. And that's very alarming to me because the government has not disclosed anything ever. They have not disclosed. They're sitting on a pile of technology. They've got DUMBs, they've got deep underground military bases filled with alien technology. They've got med beds, they've got UFOs, they're assisting in abductions. It goes deep. It goes deep. The rot goes deep. The control group goes deep. And, all of that needs to be exposed. They need oversight. The idea that they're putting out with this eminent domain is the government needs oversight of these materials. Well, they've got plenty of materials, but we, the people, need oversight of them, not the other way around. However, at the same time, Lockheed Martin is sitting on a pile of UFO technology. It's not releasing this either. It's not disclosing either. I trust somebody like Brain and Fugal a lot more than either of them. Brain and Fugal is 1,000 million times more likely to disclose than either Lockheed Martin or the government. In fact, he's disclosing on a weekly basis during TV season. So absolutely, if they find a UFO or an alien base under Skinwalker Ranch, it should not be seized by the government, which is just going to hush things up. However, there is a wrinkle. There is a wrinkle. Okay, and this is where my thoughts are evolving on this. Could it be that the government knows they cannot disclose the material that they have? They cannot expose their own complicity in their own crimes. And also, the people that are trying to do this disclosure may not even be privy to all of that. They may not know what's going on in the DUMBs and with the abductions and capturing psionics and, all the dark stuff that's going on at the deeper levels. The upper levels probably don't even know what's going on. Maybe they've heard rumors, maybe they know a guy that knows a guy, but they don't really know what's going on. But in any case, the pro-disclosure elements of the government don't have access to what the government has. But they might, through eminent domain, be able to seize this material from places like Lockheed Martin and Battelle and Boeing and Northrop Grumman and whoever else has this material, right? And if they seize it from the private contractors, they can pretend that they're discovering it for the first time. Or maybe they knew that the private contractors had it, but they didn't have access to it, right? The evil private companies were withholding it from the goodly innocent government, right? That would be the narrative they're trying to trot out. And, maybe that's why that Jon Stewart information about the Lockheed Martin firefight was allowed to get out there with that particular twist on it, right? He didn't have any idea of the twist. He's just reporting the information that he was given. But that was the twist, I think, that was put on it. And that was the reason why that was allowed to get out there, is to, put this filter on it, right? Put this narrative on it, this spin on it. That the government doesn't have anything. It's the evil private contractors that do have it, and we need eminent domain to seize it. But here's where it gets tricky, guys, because while all that may be true and the government is trying to hide its crimes and the pro-disclosure elements within the government don't even know what those crimes are or what the hell is going on in the deeper levels, eminent domain might allow for UFO disclosure. Okay, that's the annoying part about all this, is that if they can seize UFO technology from Lockheed Martin, to use an example, they might be able to reveal that to the public, right? They can't reveal what they have. They may not even have access to what they have, but they could theoretically reveal what Lockheed Martin has. So it gets tricky, right? The morality and the vagaries of all this are really tricky. Now, on the one hand, being in favor of eminent domain is really allowing for, you could say more abuse of the government, seizing stuff from private individuals. On the other hand, it's signing a deal with the devil, right? Because it has fruit, potentially. If that, theory is valid, if that idea is what's really going on. I think there's probably some there, guys. I think there's some there. That the government doesn't have access to what they have. The pro-disclosure people, Danny Sheehan, he doesn't have any access to the dumbs or, any ability to get what's in there. But they could affect some sort of UFO disclosure by getting this UFO material from Lockheed Martin and displaying it to the public, saying, hey, look at what these private contractors had all this time, and poor us government guys, we didn't have access to this stuff. But as wrong as that is, it could provide UFO disclosure. But it's kind of signing a deal with the devil, though, right? Because you get the benefit at the cost of the government being able to conceal its crimes. But that could be the door opening, right? That could be the first shoe to drop, and then later on we could get that crack widened and get more and more information about what the government has, potentially theoretically, right? So it really depends on the motivations of the individuals involved, and who's a sincere actor and who's not a sincere actor. Is the gatekeeping committee, would they be a sincere actor if they were reestablished? That sort of thing. But those are some of my thoughts about what might be going on and what might be behind the push for eminent domain. I think that I might be onto something, guys. I think I might be onto something. They need what Lockheed Martin has so they can provide UFO disclosure, because they can't provide it on their own because they don't have access to those materials. But those are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Smash the like button and the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, links below. Love to see you guys there. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in an even bigger way, consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store below, or by becoming a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much. Also, channel members frequently get to see videos hours ahead of everybody else. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.